Back at it.
Good to be home.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Some travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't travel as much anymore. Not like family travel, but like for work. It had been a minute. And before, I would say it wasn't even COVID, but like I had different jobs that required me to travel more. I mean, I would do day trips even. I'd come dressed for the meeting. I flew in that day.
Those are sometimes the best.
Yeah, man.
Because you're just like carrying a laptop.
Yeah, I check my jacket up front. I'm like, can you hang this up here while I sit? And then come get your jacket, grab your bag, and then I would do this like little quick change in the bathroom on the way back. I go to the meeting, suited up, knock it out, lunch. All right, get to the airport, switch out to my travel change, and fly back home. No overnight.
Yep.
And then there was the ones with the overnight. You fly in, prep, and then go. But this one, I mean, it was okay. It just there was a lot of just the travel headaches right off the bat. Like maybe it's my age now. All right.
Here we go.
There we go. Like from the beginning, like I hadn't even left the house yet. They were changing the delays, right? And I'm like, oh God, here we go. Like I'm glad it wasn't super early. I was almost gonna go at noon. It was a 2:00 flight. I was gonna go at noon. I'm like, I could probably go at like 12:45 and be okay. Well, like right around like 11:30 or so, they're like, oh, it's going to 3. I'm like, well, I'm certainly not leaving anytime soon. Then they bumped it to like 4:30. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, it's not weather here. And it was the plane coming in. And I'm like, nah, it's going to be late when we going. Defeated the whole purpose of going earlier that day. So I was already kind of in a mood, right? But I think it just, throughout the day, before I got to the airport, I'm telling you, I was already getting, like, things were starting to bother me. Yeah, man, and it's just, I just knew it, I was psyched up, ready to go. Now I'm like, I don't want to go unpack my laptop, right? Like, I was ready to leave for the day.
Right.
And now I'm, like, working on my phone, and it's like, okay, well, maybe I'll take this call, It's like, and they're like, you're still here? I'm like, I should have been gone by now, but yeah, I'm still here. And
see, I just shut down. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like,
well, because I was here, like I'm ready to go, but I'm not done yet. And get to the airport, and they had done some gate changes, right? So I get to I'm trying to park, and there's just no parking. And I'm just going up a level, and trying to do my tricks, not following the right people, which maybe make a left and do a couple of loops, and next thing you know, I'm at the top level, exposed to the elements. I'm like, I'm not parking here. It's crazy. It's spring right now. It's weather. I'm going to leave my car, come back, it's full of bullet holes,
What terminal? C.
It was C.
So you're better off to go into A.
Mm-hmm. That's what I started thinking.
Taking the train.
And I was like, I'm not going to park up there. And I'm better off just going to like another one and then taking the little tram.
Yeah.
But then on the way down, I found one spot, it was like, I'm like, can I squeeze in there?
Tight.
I was like, maybe not. And I found another one. I did squeeze into that one and went in. So that's kind of like the beginning of it, right? Yeah. The flight itself was fine. Interesting. So I took the window seat, right? So I'm sitting there, and it was afternoon, and we take off, and just the sun was just blasting. I pulled the shade down, right? I'm like, there's nothing to see here, I pulled it down. Well, there was another window behind me, and it was up, and it was kind of hitting me like just from the side. And it was really warm. And I'm turning up the air a little bit, and lean forward, show my discomfort. At some point, I'm like, okay, like I can't do this whole flight leaning forward. I'm like, we're like 20 minutes into this thing. Like, why are you? enough. You know, we're above the clouds. Like, there's nothing else to see. Like, let's shut the window. I look back there. It's still, I got two windows. It wasn't them. It's still by my seat because I was wondering, why am I getting all the sun from the seat? The thing was still right here. It wasn't like in their area to shut. It was in mine. So I had one window like right, I guess, against my seat, and then another one here. I had two windows. Never seen that before. I'm like, oh, shut this. I can sit back. Oh my God. Like my whole shoulder was hot. I was so upset. I should have turned around sooner. I was trying not to make a scene, you know.
Right.
It's like, oh. So, see, you know, it's little things like that. Like I cooked myself for 20 minutes for no reason because trying not to bother anyone. And then you land, and we land, and then everybody's standing up. I know we've been sitting for a while. We're nowhere near the point where you need to stand up. They just stand up.
I do. If I'm in the aisle, I do.
Explain, please. Explain the stand up.
Because you're not 6'3". It's hard for you to understand.
Yeah.
Sitting like that, cramped in there with your knees against that front seat. Hurts the old knees.
So you'd rather just stand.
I know I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
It's not that I don't know
You're
that.
not like in a hurry.
No. It's just I need to stand, stretch my legs.
Coming back, the same thing happened, but this time they announced. They knew this was a connector. So we were landing at DFW, and there was like a bunch of people on this flight that were going to like Phoenix, I think. And they said, hey, you have about 20 minutes by the time we know. So they were like, hey, if you have a connection, and they said there was quite a few people that were on this plane that had the connection.
Right.
They're like, if you have a connection on this flight, if you could raise your hand. From my view, it was almost like 2/3. Okay.
Right.
But then they go, okay, if you could just let the people that raise their hands get up and get out, then before everybody else, that would be great. I'm like, here we go. Let's see how that works out.
See, that never worked out except for my last flight. Where were we coming from? Oh, Arizona. So they said the same thing. And the stewardess or whatever is like, listen, I know you're going to stand. Give them 30 seconds head start. Yeah. That's all I'm asking is for 30 seconds head start. And literally, like, those people like had their bags ready to go, and they like darted out, right? And then everybody stood.
Okay.
That was the only time I
didn't really work out because you had the regular people that stand up anyway. Then everybody was like, well, I also have a connection. But then they were like, well, mine's not for 3 hours.
Right.
But they said, do you have a connection? And like, you know what they're talking about. They were talking about the ones on the flight that's leaving in like 10 minutes.
That's what they should have clarified.
Yeah.
Which one of you are on the Arizona flight leaving in 20 minutes?
Yeah. I saw it done really nicely one time at the Charlotte terminal of American Airlines. They knew that the flight that was leaving was waiting for like specific like 8 passengers on the flight that we were on. So they were like, before we get off, everybody stay seated. It was the captain. It wasn't the flight attendant. It's captain. Voice. It's like, listen up.
This is Lord.
listen up. We had like kind of like his comrade from the other pilot. You know, the other pilot is holding his plane for 8 people on my plane. So the flight attendants are going to come down the aisle. They had the manifesto. They were like 12B, 18A. Like they knew which ones. They were like, you get up. Get out, you people leave, then we're going to deplane. Everybody stood still. Like, it's like, okay, they got people that want to get out, but they don't have to tell. But they said what it was. They're like, these people need to be on another plane like 5 minutes ago.
Right.
So we just got here. Like, I'm not going to have this argument like with like, okay, like everybody's leaving.
Right.
These people need to leave. Boom. Yeah. And they did it. It was very orderly. But it was the captain driving it.
Right.
Not this like, hey, welcome to Dallas. If you have a connection, raise your hand. It's like,
No,
everybody.
you need to be specific.
Yeah,
because there's a specific connection that's waiting.
And I was just sitting, right? And the person next to me was like, "Are you in a hurry?" I'm like, "We're gonna get out when our aisle gets out."
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not gonna get in it. Like I can't see anything past 3 rows from here. So
Right.
when those people are getting their stuff, that's when I get up. You know, I got to grab one bag out. So it was fine. That part of it was fine. Just, you know, it was only 2 days apart. Like I was like Monday gone, Wednesday coming back. So like 2 bother days for like that one day in the middle. That's just not enough return on that investment. Yeah. What else? It was good weather in Denver. The air was clean. I mean, it was a good time of the year.
Yeah.
I went for a little walk, and it was nice. It was like, I think it was like 55 at night. It was great. It felt good. Like you could breathe that air. I was like, I haven't breathed air like this before. It was clean. It was. I don't know. Was it lighter?
Yeah, it's lighter.
It's a little lighter
because you're mile high. So
yeah. So I mean, I went for a walk. It was fine.
Plus, it's not like, you know, all the pollution doesn't sit around.
Yeah.
Normally blows out.
Yeah, the air was clean. That's all I could say.
Mm-hmm.
You could breathe it. Allergy free, humidity free. It was just regular old air. Yeah. Otherwise, you know, a good trip. There was this funny moment. There was during like the general session, they were getting everybody like hyped up. It's like maybe, I don't know. It was like not even 9 a.m. It was right after breakfast.
What conference was this?
This was a telecom kind of conference, right? And they were trying to get people hyped up. And it's like too early in the morning for hype, right? It's like we just had breakfast.
Yeah.
And without telling people, it was like a vegan breakfast.
But that's like any sales kickoff.
I know.
Except for the vegan part.
Yeah, so I'm already upset again. This is now day 2. I show up, and there's like no meat. It was like eggs and potato. And I'm just like, better be some dang good salsa.
Yeah. It's not even real egg.
I was like, yeah. I wonder, yeah, that could probably was like crappy eggs, too.
Right.
Well, they said meatless, so they didn't say vegan, but... anyway, so we go over there and we go to the big general session area, and there's just DJ just trying to like just spin and just get everybody. Coffee's not even kicked in yet, right?
No.
I'm like, it's 8:48.
Can we play some elevator music?
Oh man, she's just trying to get, and you know, and they've all these DJs. They've always got this like. They're like, what are you listening to? Like, we're hearing this, right, which is what you're spinning. But they've always got this other thing going on. It's like, oh, we're not ready to hear what you're hearing,
right?
And then you know they got the hand on the earphone, and then I'm like, you're not even spinning anymore. It's all digital.
Yeah.
It's all, isn't it all MP3s or whatever?
Well, it's just like this thing, like, you know.
No, but they're pretending like they're spinning.
But all they're doing is they're pressing these buttons.
It's DJ moves. No, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like they've got the thing going on, and yeah, here we go. I'm about to switch it up. Like, do it already.
Yeah.
But it's like you got thousands of people just sitting.
Yeah.
Just tech people just sitting, and then she's just like single-handedly trying to like make it this rave music that just isn't happening. I'm like, she's gonna get paid either way.
Yeah,
you know?
she doesn't care. She's in her own zone.
Could care less. You're getting paid for trying, earned.
Yeah.
But if you were gonna get paid by people shaking their tail, no, you got nothing. There was zero conversion.
Not at 8 o'clock in the morning.
No.
And
maybe,
they've probably
maybe after happy hour, maybe 9
But
p.m.
I'm telling you, those people were out drinking late that night, and they're all hungover coming up.
Yeah, that's the other. So that was like literally like, so we landed on Monday. That was Tuesday. The Wednesday general session, that was the Herden day. That's the one you're talking about, I think. I heard, I went to the restroom and one guy was like, I shouldn't have gone out with Tom, man. It's like,
Tom messed you up.
it's like, where is he? It's like, I think he's just laying out by the pool, just hating life. It's just like, yeah, like. Sometimes Tom's like Teflon Tom. Like they don't care. They'll be up there presenting the next morning.
I know. I've seen
and
people
you're
like
like dying.
Yeah. I don't think Tom has a liver.
I don't remember what hotel I was staying at. I have a room key. I don't remember my room.
I don't think Tom even has a liver anymore.
No. Yeah, I don't. There's some of that. One more funny observation. This is like, just kind of like mental observation. I was going to tell you about it. So this is what we're doing the download. It's this one guy, he was doing this little side presentation and a little side session. I have about 30 people. And in his presentation, like towards the end, hey, if you guys had any questions, hit me up. And it appeared to be like his LinkedIn headshot, right? What I noticed was that his LinkedIn headshot is the outfit he's wearing right now.
Oh.
I'm like,
did you get this picture taken?
Oh, it's just like down to the suit, the shirt, the tie, the little tie, everything. Like it was like the full outfit, I'm like, look at this. It's like, that's not even AI or nothing. That's like now. Like, but you could tell it was like it was at least a few years old because in that picture he had hair.
Oh, and he was bald.
And he doesn't look like he's had hair. It's not a haircut. Like this, he hasn't had hair in a while. So I'm like, man, the age of that picture and that suit, like you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
keeping it in good shape. Or he's only used it for that picture and today.
Right.
So it didn't look messed up. It just looked really good. I was like, hey, look at the shirt, the tie. This is his presentation getup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but I generally don't like to go to these things alone. That was the other thing. Like I wasn't even going to go until I had like at least somebody to go buddy up with. You can't. Otherwise, it's like you can't. I'll explode. So I'm like, man, I can't. I got to reflect on something. Like, look at this. Get a load of this one. Yeah. When was the last one that you went to? You mainly work
Vegas.
remote. Yeah.
Yeah, I mainly work remote. I got a lot of travel coming up though. It was Vegas though, our sales kickoff.
Yeah.
It was a similar thing.
Yeah.
Hung out with.
They did the morning DJ again?
Oh yeah, they always do that.
I don't
I'm
get
like,
it.
Going into an early session, I'm like, I don't know. They come out like they get some perky person up there on stage, and I'm like,
There was this there was a team from this like Rainbow Coalition, okay, and because there was a video presentation, and that's what they were about. They were about the community, and then they said, "Welcome to the stage," Travis, so and so, and Alex, and they both said he, him under there. I'm like, so much for flavor, just sent a couple of vanillas, and then as the characters entered the stage, one of the he, hims was like a new he.
oh,
Yeah. I was like, oh, what? Did I miss something? Like, mine says he, him. That one says he, him. What happened to the they, them? Like, they don't have to? They don't have to identify? So that he was not a he. Yeah. I could not use the urinal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
like, that he had like a he haircut. had like a suit, looked like the guy's LinkedIn suit. All right, but
you could tell
it wasn't gonna be like the Tom Story urinal. Like you couldn't hear that story because. I mean, you want to use the men's urinal, you gotta use the men's room, but you gotta go to the little room.
Right.
You can't stand using the urinal. You're gonna go down the leg. It's just not gonna work. But that one said he, him too. And then another one, not there. Where did I see? Where was it? Recently I saw. And it said somebody else's pronoun said he, them. I'm like, what? Are these rules changing?
Yeah, on a daily basis.
I'm like, wait.
Depending where the wind blows.
Halfway through the pronoun, he changed his mind. What's a he, them? It's like both. Can't have both. Like when you go to like the prefix menu, right? They go, tonight you can have like the swordfish,
right?
The fillet,
right?
Right? Or the chicken,
right?
Can't be like, want the sword chicken. Like they don't have that. I want a fillet. I guess you could do a fillet of fish, but it's not going to be steak.
No.
It's like, I'll have the fillet of chicken.
What?
All right, tricky.
Jerky.
So chicken then. Is it the first one?
Yeah.
Should I go with what you first said?
Oh, you want the chicken filleted.
I want the chicken filleted, yes.
Butterfly.
Butterfly that. Butterfly it up. Buttered up. Yep. I don't know, man.
Well, everybody gets to choose their own journey, I guess, and let them have it, I guess.
But you know, like even like I said, even on like on a fast food menu, you could pick, but you don't get to decide the menu because they don't have the thing that you're asking about.
Yeah, but our church does that. They get to decide the menu. You guys don't get to say no when they ask for.
Yeah, people were ordering stuff. I didn't even know what they were talking about. Let me see what are you looking at?
Yeah, extra peanut butter. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no, there were new menu items that aren't in the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got named drinks.
Okay.
Other names.
Other names.
Tell me what you think should be in there.
Guide me.
Yeah, it's like when the secret menu is like so common now.
Yeah.
They're like, should we just put it up?
Right.
There's 3 items on the main menu, 17 on the secret menu. It's like, are you ready? You're not ready.
You're not ready.
There's going to be so many secret menu items. You can't even begin to perform. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like straight up not going to work. So yeah, I think that's what it is. Maybe 10 years ago, it wasn't terrible. Like I think flying was still about the same. You know, maybe less Uber, more like you got a cab or something. But you know, I think the Uber thing. I think
it was more rent a car.
Yeah.
I think you rented a car more often than Ubering. I agree with that.
Yeah, but now like the hotel too. Like I think the hotel stuff. They do a lot more nickel and diming.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
It almost adds another 50%. So there's the room rate, and then there's like what you're going to sign at the end.
Right. It's like, oh well, you came from the airport, right? Okay, there's an airport tax.
Airport tax.
Yeah. Oh, you took an Uber? Oh, okay. There's that tax.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
And then, wait, you parked your car? Okay, that's an extra $50.
They go, if you park with the valet, it's $45 a night. Goes in the same building, right? So it's like, okay. But then if I do self-parking, $30 a night. Well, might as well valet because I'm going to walk all this, right?
Right.
Okay, but then if you choose not to have a car, I don't even have a car. Oh, the skip the parking fee. You know? What? It's like, well,
You should have had a car.
Yeah.
Because this one's 35.
Right. Like, it's part of the room. We just split it up.
Yeah, that's what I don't. And that stuff happened after the pandemic. Was like they started charging for parking.
Yeah.
Because it used to be part of the room. To me, it's like just
charge.
Just charge
if
me.
If you want $250 for the room, don't say $209.
Just say
it's $250. Right. Now they go $209, and then by the time they add all the line items, you get your you get your receipt.
Or
at
if
the
you
end.
want $20 for parking, make it $260.
It is what it is.
Or $270, right? Whatever.
Yeah. They go, breakfast is available.
Yeah.
Is it included?
And I always say, what does that mean?
Yeah, they go, breakfast is available. It's like, for me?
Right.
They go, yeah, and it's like they have a buffet for like $35 a person. Yeah. It's like, that's okay. I'll just order eggs and toast. That'll be $35. It's like, screw it, man. I'll do the buffet. It's like, it's same price.
And then I always say, like, no, then I'll just go to Starbucks and spend the $35 there.
Yeah. And I was gone that first day. I took all the tags off the thing. I didn't want to say, like, don't bother me or, like, make my room later. I was just, like, standard stuff. I come back 12 hours later. They haven't even been to the room. I'm like, okay, so you just aren't cleaning rooms anymore? Like, make the bed, new towels, nothing. So, you have to ask for that. I'm like, okay, I guess. But I'm like, if I was here more than 2 days, you would need to do that. Here's the thing. You're going to have to do that anyway.
Eventually.
That's ridiculous.
But they don't have the staff. That's the problem.
You're running a hotel, man.
But
that's part of the job.
But they don't have the staff. So, like, if you're coming in for, let's just say, well, you were there for what, 2 nights?
2 nights, yeah.
So, well, that's 2 nights I don't need to worry about having somebody come in, because then when you leave, then they come in.
Yeah, so they're planning on only doing it once,
right?
For the next set,
right?
It's ridiculous.
Although I have to say, like,
I'm going to check out and check back in.
But well, in Vegas, they came in every day.
Yeah, it just depends on where it is, I guess.
I guess because they came in every day when we were in Arizona. I don't know.
Yeah, if you say I don't want to, or like I want to save towels, or I want to whatever, but it's just like.
Well, one of them was quite interesting because like I had hung the towel up because I don't mind. Like at home, I use my towel multiple times, so I just hung it up, and they swapped out my towels, but they didn't make the bed. So I thought that was interesting. So they just came in and got the trash and then did the towels, and then they were out.
Did they change the one that was hanging, or only the one?
Yeah, they took the one that was hanging because it says like leave it on the floor.
Right.
But I actually had it hanging, and they took it.
Right. Like, so if I'm going to use it again, I'm going to hang it to let it dry. And also, like, I'm not going to pick it up off the floor. Right. So that's one. Now, here's the thing. It was just me. So for 2 days, there was enough. There was another set.
Yeah, I mean, there's
but if it was 2 people, like, you had to do it. Like, I come back, it's like, oh, we got nothing for tomorrow. Like, what if I take 2 showers today? Like, there isn't enough for like the whole stay.
I mean, people get worked up. Like, they'll hang the thing. I don't want you coming in. I'm like, I don't care if you want to make my bed and take the trash out, and well, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything but clothes in there anyway.
Yeah. Oh, overall, it was okay. It wasn't nothing dramatic, nothing crazy happened. I just feel like I think my patience for just regular stuff. Oh, top it off. When we landed, they landed us in B, and I'm like, great, my car is C. If I had listened to myself, I would have arrived where I would have parked. So I'd take the tram anyway. I'd take the tram back to the
That's why I got my parking spot in A, And then if I'm doing international, I got my parking spot in D. And every time I show up there, it's always open.
Yeah, because it's like lesser travel.
I mean, it's farther away from the terminal, but the further away you get from the terminal, a lot easier it is.
Sure.
Because you can just
go in there.
Park.
Yeah, and you don't have to remember where it was.
Nah, I always have my spots.
All right. So now you heard it.
Yeah, pick your spots at the airport.
Yeah, then you'll always remember where it is. Well, peace out. Stay safe.